Hey guys, just a little over a week ago I was out here flying my Parrot AR drone, and I had it up, I mean a good probably 150 feet, maybe 200, and a storm come in and a big old gust of wind grabbed my drone and it took it right off over that tree right there. And if you look behind there, there's a barn with a red roof. Well, I searched all over there. I spent 2 hours. I searched till dark. And since my drone had my phone number on it, I thought, well, maybe somebody will find it and call me. And it's been 8 or 9 days now, and nobody called me. So I took my compass, and I took a bearing off that tree, 178 degrees. And I walked down the road. And I went back in the woods about where I figured it would probably be. And I was walking back up to where I would think I would be able to take a reverse bearing. And I found my drone. I mean, it's a little worse for wear. The camera's busted off here. I've got some contact cement. I can fix that. Apparently some animal had found it. You can see here, it's got chew marks on it. Probably a raccoon or something. Chewed on it a little bit. When I picked it up, the battery wasn't quite plugged in all the way because it crashed into a tree and fell all the way down through a tree. But when I picked it up, the battery reconnected and all 4 lights on the motors came on. I didn't have my iPad to test it out. I think I'm going to let it dry out a little bit first. But that's a really good sign that all 4 motors lit up. I mean, there's nothing really broken on it other than the styrofoam here on the camera. And like I said, I've got some contact cement. I can glue that back in. I had my phone number and everything listed there, reward if found. Nobody found it. I found it. Thanks to my compass. I mean, a compass is a very useful tool. I just lined up off the tree over there. Lined it up with the tree. Lined the bezel ring up with the north arrow. And took a bearing off that line you see in the mirror of 178 degrees, and I went that way. And like I said, I searched like 2 hours the other day, and I've only been gone about 45 minutes today, down there and back, and found it and brought it back. So that's you know, just goes to show that if you've got a compass and you lose something like that, you know, as long as you watch where it goes when you lose it, you can come back later and take a bearing and go find it. I mean, like I said, I searched 2 hours the other day, at least 2. I mean, I walked all over. And I was only gone, you know, probably about 45 minutes today, and I went and found the thing. I walked right up onto it thanks to my compass. So, I mean, that's a very good thing that I found it. I mean, like I said, it's got some teeth marks in it. A little worse for wear. The little clips are a little rusty because it's been raining. All the gears feel good. I've got more gears, but everything feels fine on it. I think I could probably glue the camera up and fly it right now. So I think I'm going to let it dry out a little bit first though, since it's been raining. And but at least I found it. You know, that's $300 right there. That little bugger right there is 300 bucks, and I found it. That's cool. Yeah. Like I said, the animal chewed on it right there a little bit. I didn't notice this until a little bit later. The animal also chewed there. You can see the teeth marks through the plastic. Looks like they bit it a little bit right here too. Maybe up here in the front. I don't know. That could have been from the tree when it crashed. But you know, teeth marks are definitely not from a tree. So, but all in all, it's, you know, no worse for wear. And I'll have to get out the contact cement and fix this. This is just styrofoam, so I can twist that back around into place and glue it down in there. It's gonna go down in that way, but I don't want to mess with it too much. Those wires are pretty fragile. Definitely not, you know, on camera with one hand, but hey, at least I found it. You know, it's no worse for wear. It's been crashed enough, so I got it back. That's pretty cool. Alright, camera's a little messed up. So, got some mud in the lens. This thing's been sitting out in the rain for
like the past 8 or 9 days. Oh, I can see moisture in the camera. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to let it dry out a little bit. Hopefully the camera's gonna be okay. If it was sunny today, I would set it out in the sun, but I was gonna glue it, but I mean, it's got mud in the camera. But yeah, I can see moisture inside there. I'm sure you can see that white spot. So I don't know, maybe I can, yeah, I was thinking maybe I could take that lens off, but I don't know, hopefully it'll dry out. I got some contact cement, I'll glue it back together and we'll see what happens. So yeah, there's moisture in there. You can see that white spot. I know you can for sure. Yeah, we'll see what happens. When I picked it up, like I said, all four motors lit up, so I can put that back in there and put some contact cement on there and glue it back together, and we'll give it a try here in a day or two. Maybe I'll set it on the dash of the truck. With the sun here in Kentucky, that'll probably dry it out a little quicker. But yeah, I definitely got to get that moisture out of the camera. What can you expect? You know, it's set in the woods for a week, upside down even. So there's maybe even moisture in the. Yeah, there's moisture. Ooh, right in my face. There's moisture in the sensors there. So you can see the water on there where I blew them out. So yeah, it's wet. So we'll set it on the dash of the truck for a couple days and see what happens. I'll let you know when and if I get it back up and running. I mean, I've got extra parts, so we'll see what happens. Alrighty guys, we're gonna see if we can patch this drone up, see if it'll fly after spending 8 or 9 days out. And it rained most of the time that it was lost in the woods. Just found it yesterday, and I showed you the camera had moisture in it, but I put it in my truck because it's warm in the truck with the sun shining on it. And I checked it today, and the camera seems to be dried out, so we're gonna see if we can't patch it up here with some rubber cement and get the camera glued back in place. Fix her up a little bit here. And there's some pieces of foam missing from when it crashed, but who knows where they are with a big old tree that it crashed in. So we'll just do with what we have, and hopefully the rubber cement will glue this camera back in place. We'll glue it back in place, and I'll go get a new battery and my iPad, and we'll try to fly it here in a couple minutes. Yeah, it's got some scuffs on the front. The whole camera lens was packed full of mud when I found it. So yeah, I had my phone number on it. I thought, you know, somebody found it that they would call me, but there wasn't no way anybody was going to find it where it was. I just got lucky because I used my compass, and I knew which way it went when I lost it, and I took a bearing on it and went that way. So alright, we'll let that dry a few minutes. I'll go get my iPad and get a new battery for it and get the outer hull, and we'll give it a try. Alright, let's give this bugger a try. See if it does the initialization when I plug the battery in. That's a good sign. All 4 motors initialize. Had a couple minutes for the glue to dry. Uh-oh. Nope. I got nothing there. a little corroded in there. The LEDs aren't lighting up. Maybe she's not going to fly. Let's try the other battery, just in case that one's dead. I brought another battery out. That's not good. It's not doing what she should. Ain't that a bummer? So maybe the rain messed it up. If there's water in there or not. It was upside down, so I couldn't imagine seeing too much water getting down inside, other than through the sensors there though. Let's see if there's water in there. Nothing on my hand. That's weird because it lit up when I picked it up. The battery's reconnected and the motor's lit up. They got little LEDs here. She ain't doing nothing now. Well, ain't that a bummer. Must be the water got to the board. That's just weird that it lit up the other day yesterday when I found it. I mean, there's nothing visibly wrong with it. Well, don't look like she's gonna fly. I might have to take it apart and see what I can find inside. Well, the drone didn't work earlier. I set it back in the truck, let it sit in the sun all day, and I plugged it in a minute ago and the lights lit up. Yeah, they light up now, so we'll see if it's gonna fly. Looks like it might. Did the initial motor initialization, so well, what's up? like it might fly. Let's find out. Come on, bugger. Yeah, looks like it's gonna. Yeah, well, it sounds a little funny, probably from the crash, but it flies. Isn't that cool? It flies, even after all that time out there in the rain. So it just had to dry out, I guess. Alright, cool. We're back in flight again.